Hi, I'm Oliver Stone, and I'm really proud to present Natural Born Killers, the director's cut. And I especially fought for this movie because it was censored when it first came out by the Motion Picture Association, and they cut or trimmed about 150 things in this movie that you're about to see. The opening diner scene is restored to give the sense of the madness, the surreality of the violence. Jack Scagnetti, played by Tom Sizemore, strangling the prostitute, has been restored so it makes sense now. The sex and death have been linked in this version of the movie. There's a wonderful pharmacy scene that was cut up quite considerably with a Rodney King kind of beating. That has been restored. A scene with Mickey in a motel with a female hostage has been restored. It's a nasty scene, but it makes a certain point about Mickey's ruthlessness. The riot scene is particularly important to me, and it involves, of course, a lot of physical stunts, people falling off balconies and murders. The whole universe is coming apart. The point is that when people march to these different extremes, the warden, the cop, the media, and the killers, the center will no longer hold. Often the Motion Picture Censor Board would not be able to point to one image and say, pull that image. It was not a question of that. It was really, as we went along, it was a question of the chaos. The energy level of the film was so chaotic that it was found to be threatening by these people. The irony is that in cutting these 3 minutes, I think that much of the black humor in the film was lost. A shot of a knife going through a window, a bullet going through a hand and creating a hole in it, take the edge off and make the film in a way more comfortable and easier to watch because you realize it's ridiculous. And I think that by cutting some of that stuff, it makes it grimmer and allows certain people to not completely grasp the attitude of the movie. When I looked around and sort of wanted to make a movie about the 1990s, I guess subconsciously it was all around me, and it was by osmosis. You watch TV, you're exposed to this culture, you end up realizing that it is the age of absurdity. I mean, I honestly think that many people feel that Mickey and Mallory can happen tomorrow. It would be treated very much in the same way as it's treated in this movie. You know, when the film came out, there was a lot of positive praise for the film, and there was also quite a bit of negative criticism, that the film, among other things, glorified violence and was part of the problem instead of the solution. In a sense, by saying that, you're trying to kill the messenger, because it's not the filmmaker's fault that society is where it is. The filmmaker does his best to reflect society the way he sees it. And our society is culturally in a very bankrupt and violent mode. What I like about these director's cuts is that it trusts the audience. It allows them to think for themselves. It doesn't monitor or censor their thinking. Look at the film a second time and try to see it perhaps in a different way. Thank you.